boys and girls. My name is Michelle Daynard, and I am the Better Living for Texans Extension Agent with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. Today I'm going to start off our presentation by telling you a little bit about how to live a healthy lifestyle by using this tool called MyPlate. So MyPlate is showing you the different food groups that's recommended for you to eat each day. There's 5 food groups. There's fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, and dairy. And each food group, there's a certain amount we want to eat to stay healthy. So for our fruits group, we want to eat 2 servings a day. Vegetables is our biggest group, so we want to fill our plate with plenty of vegetables, but about 2 servings for your age. And then for your grains, about 5 servings, and protein is about 5 servings. Your dairy is 2 to 3 servings. So what I'm going to do now is show you a little bit more about how these food groups help your body. So when you eat fruits and vegetables, they give you a lot of vitamins and minerals. And those vitamins and minerals are helping you to fight off sickness and disease and helping you to grow. So it's important to eat a lot of colors like your red, your orange, dark green vegetables like spinach, to get a variety of those vitamins and minerals to stay healthy. Now, if you have a half of a grapefruit or you have 1 apple, that counts as a serving of fruit. So it's really easy to get in those servings. Now for your vegetable, if you have about a cup of your spinach, counts as a serving, or you could have a half cup of broccoli, or in order to give you a serving, just like you see here for these are green beans, half a cup. So that's a serving. So it's not too much, but if you get a variety throughout the day, it should give you enough to keep your body healthy. Now, when you eat from your grains group, it's giving you energy. Those energy is coming from carbohydrates. Carbohydrates help to fuel your body for the day. If you like to run outside or play with your friends, it's important to have that energy to learn in school. So it's important to make half your grains whole grains in order to help fill your body up and give you more energy for the day. Yes?
Are grains like wheat and stuff like that, like bread?
Yes, very good. So the question he asked, are grains like wheat or bread? Yes. So that's a great question, because when you eat from the grains group, you're eating a plant, right? And there's the wheat plant, there's the corn plant, the rice plant, so there's oats plant, so there's different plants that we get those grains from. And when you eat bread or cereal or even a tortilla, like this is the corn tortilla from the corn plant, this is a whole grain, and it's giving your body energy. So when you eat 1 tortilla, that gives you 1 serving. And remember, we want to get 5 servings for the day from that food group. Okay? Now for the protein group, protein is providing your body with protein, and protein is helping you to build your muscles so you can stay strong, right? We want to stay strong and healthy. So when you eat protein, you can get it from plants and animals. For example, the plants would be peanut butter, beans, sunflower seeds, or even pumpkin seeds. Yes?
Can I say the kind you get from the animals?
Yes, he asked if you could say the kind from the animals. Go for it. Meat, that's correct. So when you eat the animal protein, like grilled chicken, like this here, this is a portion of protein. It's about the size of the palm of my hand. It's 3 ounces or 3 servings. And for the day, you want to get 5 servings. So it's really easy to get that protein. And again, the protein is also found in tuna or even eggs. This is another serving of protein, 1 egg. And of course, if we have eggs for breakfast, you know, we're getting protein there. And then you could even get it from turkey or ham if you like to eat turkey or ham sandwiches or for a snack. And then for the dairy group, we want to get, remember, at least 2 to 3 servings. So dairy is helping our bones to be strong because it gives us calcium. So if you have some milk, like for example, here is this cup of milk. This is a serving. and we want to get 2 to 3 servings. So if you have some milk, yogurt, or cheese, or cottage cheese, or even those little cheese sticks for a snack, that counts as a serving for your dairy group to help keep your bones strong. Okay? So now Miss Lynn is going to come talk to you a little bit about rice.
All right, you guys, so my name is Lynn, and I'm a health agent here in Nueces County. So I wanted to talk to you guys about rice. Where does rice fit on my plate? Yes. Grain. That's right, it's a grain. It's also called a cereal grain. And the reason that is because it's a seed of a type of plant. So corn, oats, rice, it's a cereal grain. So I want to tell you about how it's harvested, how it's planted, because I think it's a really cool process. So the first, we have 5 steps you can see here. So the first step is to make sure that the field is level. And we use a really cool GPS tracking and leveling device to make sure that it's flat. Then we go to the second stage, which is flooding the field. So we flood the field with at least 5 inches of water. And then the rice seed is put into water and loaded onto an airplane. Okay, so that seed is soaking in the water. Do you think that's going to make it heavier or lighter? Heavier, right? Yep. So that plane then flies over the field and drops the seed into the field. So because it's heavy, it goes through the water and into the soil, into the right space to where it can grow and mature. So that takes us to the third step, is the where it matures. So do you see this part? Yes, ma'am. Some of them, yeah, they all have different jobs, but yes, it could be. All right, so we're in stage 3, the mature stage. So the soil and the water, it helps the seed to grow, and it gets about 3 feet tall once it's ready to harvest. So you can see the top here, that's how we know it's mature. So before we can harvest it, the fields have to be drained from that water. So they drain the field and they allow it to dry. At that point, it can be harvested. And so we have special tractors and tools to go in and harvest that grain. And then it is taken to the mill. So the milling and storage. So the seeds, hang on one second. Everything is taken to the mill. It is taken and stored at the correct temperature and humidity level, and then it's milled when someone has placed an order, once a customer has placed an order. So what happens is they go and they take off this husk. Okay, so think of that like a hard shell on the outside. After we take that hard shell off, then we can eat it. So if we take this off and we still have brown and it's rice, you think that's where our brown rice comes from? Yes, we have brown rice, okay? That's a whole grain. This can be brown or black or even reddish depending on the variety of rice that you're looking at. So if they continue the process at the mill to take this brown part off, what do you think we have? Yes?
The kernel?
Yep, but we'll also have, what color is this? White, exactly. So then we'll have white rice, okay? So the bran has fiber, it has vitamins and nutrients in it. The fiber helps keep us full, all right? So do you think those things are important? Yeah. And the germ, this can sprout a new plant, but it also has a lot of vitamins and nutrients in it, okay? So we want to eat this part too. Now this part, the endosperm, is all white, so it's got a lot of energy in it and carbohydrates. So do we need that part? Yeah, we need all of those parts, right? But if we take out the bran and the germ and we just have this white part, so white rice, white flour, we're getting a lot of energy, but without all the vitamins and nutrients and fiber. Do you think that's a great idea? Not all the time, right? And so that's why MyPlate recommends that we make at least half of our grains whole grains. So if you can choose a whole grain tortilla or popcorn, what are some other examples of a whole grain? Yes?
Whole grain bread?
Yes, a whole grain bread or cracker, exactly. Anyone else? Yes.
Cereal?
Yeah, you can get a whole grain cereal, okay? So those are lots of great options. So now we're gonna talk about grapefruit, and then you get to sample it, okay?
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about grapefruit. We're going to start off with this poster over here. So if you want to take a look at this poster, it shows you the production of the cycle of grapefruit. So pretty much how it's produced before you even get it at the grocery store, right? Because we know we can get the grapefruit at the grocery store, but we also want to think about where it comes from. Grapefruit is primarily grown in the Rio Grande Valley. So does anyone know where that is? The valley? Yeah, some of you? So that's not too far from here, just a few hours. So that's where we get a lot of the grapefruit from when we get it at the grocery store. But before it gets there, there's the first step here called graft. So what happens here is they take a part of the upper part of a plant, and they take that part of the plant, and then they put it into another plant, into the root, so that it can grow together. Okay? Since grapefruit is actually a cross between a pomelo and a sweet orange, that's how they're able to produce a grapefruit. So that's pretty neat, I think. Now, whenever, after it's grafted, it's then transplanted into the orchard. So from there in the orchard, it's going to mature and then eventually bloom in the springtime, where you see these pretty flowers down here, the white flowers. Once those flowers fall off the tree, guess what you have? Then you have the beautiful grapefruit, right? So it becomes really ripe. Once it's ripe, it's going to start falling off the tree and it's ready to harvest. So that's the production cycle. Now, there's also different parts to the grapefruit. When we eat the grapefruit, which you'll see when you get to taste it today, you'll see the different parts of it. The outer part, we call it the peel, but the technical term is flavedo. And when you look at the peel, of course, we don't really think about eating it, but we can actually use it for zesting. So you can zest that peel, add it to dishes for flavor. And then the inside, that white part, it's really sour. It's the bitter part, and it's called the albedo. We don't usually eat it, but it's there because it's just another layer of the grapefruit. Yes, you have a question?
Are those two words Spanish?
They're not Spanish, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. But these are the technical terms for it. And I know it's just a different word, probably I didn't know about it. I usually just call it the peel, like most of us, right? But these are just the technical terms. So, but good question. Now, again, when we look at this white part, it's very bitter and sour, and we normally don't eat that part, but it's there to help keep the inside of the grapefruit really juicy. It's to keep it moist. And then we have the seed right here. Of course, if you plant the seed, what do you think you'll get? Yes. Yeah, it's going to help to produce the next generation of grapefruit, right? And then we have the endocarp, and that's just, the endocarp is a term that they use for the inside of the grapefruit, the part that we eat, the juicy part, the red, beautiful part that you see. And then the membrane is it's just lines between the sacs, the segments, that help to separate the different parts of the grapefruit here in the middle part, okay? So those are the different parts. Again, you have the flavedo, the albedo, the seed, the endocarp, and the membrane. Yes? A lot of us do, yeah, because it's just a part of the inside of the fruit. You really can't separate the membrane. So yes, a lot of us do eat it, yes. Good question. Any other questions? Yes? It's kind of like an orange. Now, it's not as sweet as an orange, I'll be honest, but it's really good still. It's kind of like an orange, but it's a cross between a sweet orange and a pomelo, so it's not going to have that real sweet taste like an orange. Yes?
For some reason, I'm having to visualize that it looks like a pizza.
It looks like what?
A pizza.
A pizza?
Whenever you can kind of see the lines in between it.
Okay, different slices. Yeah. Okay, yes?
Sometimes
Sometimes
you eat the seed afterwards.
you do on accident. You might eat the seed. That's right. And it's okay, but we don't want to eat it too much. We're going to move on to the next poster, and I know some of you have more questions, but we're going to move on to the next poster, and I'll get to your questions in just a minute. Okay. So we have the nutrition facts label here, which is not going to be on your grapefruit, but it's something that we use to let us know the nutrition that's in our food. So we don't need to really read through that right now, but when we look at the nutrition facts, it gives you the serving size, it gives you calories, which is the energy you get from your food. It gives you the vitamins and minerals at the bottom too. So when you eat a citrus fruit like a grapefruit, it's very high in vitamins A and C. Vitamin A is helping to promote healthy eyesight and for you to grow. And it's also good for you to protect against night blindness. Some people can't see in the dark very well, so if you eat this, it gives you the vitamins you need to help do that. Vitamin C is helping you to heal your cuts and your wounds and to keep your immune system healthy. All right? Now, yes, you have a question?
Isn't the first vitamin you said in carrots?
That's right. When you eat orange vegetables too, he asked if it's the vitamins in carrots. It is, because orange vegetables also are very high in vitamin A. Very good. Now, there's this last poster here. There are some other things we get from grapefruit, like candy fruit, molasses, cattle feed, 100% juice, the zest we talked about, even wood, which you wouldn't think of, right? So we get a lot of things from the grapefruit.